YouTube. This is Shiloh, the owner at Monster Kennel Club. This is my dog right here, Zeus, the Monster Pit, as you have been seeing him on my channel. My channel, I just want to talk a little bit about my channel, what my channel's goals are, and what I'm here trying to do. My channel is not based on dog training in a way. My channel is more based on training humans to understand their dogs. That's my kind of my goal here. You know, I'm also going to throw a little bit of dog training in there, but the dog training that I'm doing is more based on him understanding me, trying to understand him. You know, not him understanding me understanding him, me coming down to his level and understanding him. That's what my goal is on my channel. So I take dogs who has no obedience and I break them. Basically, that's what I like to do. I like to take dogs that had no obedience training and I break them. Zeus came to me when he was 8 weeks old. We bought him. He's in a full-blooded American Bully pit. He is fawn brown, turns blue on the change of colors of season. He is no obedience. I did a couple of videos with his sit, stay, and lay, just a basic obedience, but if you noticed, he likes to run. He likes to be confused. He doesn't like to pay attention when we're outside. When we're inside the house, I have all his attention. All his attention's on me with inside the house because he's been doing a lot of his training indoors, like I'm saying. So we are new to being outdoor. He is 9 months now. We live in apartments, so being outdoors and doing a lot of training, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of distraction out here. We're in a neighborhood full of apartments, so what I want to do is I want to kind of like come down to his level. I want to understand what he's trying to say. You know, I don't want him to understand what I'm trying to say, so that's what my job is on my channel. Is if you notice, I do some longboard training. The longboard training is basically based on dogs who don't know how to act, have too much energy, too much just drive to go cause trouble and cause havoc. I take them type of dogs, and how I break them is I longboard them. I run them. I run the crap. That's the whole exercise, because dogs that just want to thrash and bite and tear up stuff, them dogs have a lot of energy built up in them. Those are like pretty much, they want to work. They don't want to just sit there and be cooped up. And with the coronavirus here and our lockdown, you know, and everybody's in kind of isolation, dogs are kind of going crazy. So what I like to do when I get out a little bit with my dog is I like to take him, and when he's acting up, and I do this to every dog I've ever had. My German Shepherds I have other pit bulls. We got golden retrievers. We got bulldogs. I take them all, basically, and that's my first obedience with them is I break them. I put them on a longboard, and I just run them. I just run them hard. That's all I basically do. I know a lot of you dads out there who don't know how to longboard. It's kind of hard, so it's understandable. So another key to do the run your dog would be just ride them. Get them on a mountain bike, ride them. Ride the crap out of them. You know, it's not the same to stick them on a treadmill inside your house and tie them to a treadmill and have them run. That's not the same. You know, they're still isolated in one house, they're still exercising, the dog's gonna go crazy. You have to get your dog out. You know, and for those who work 8-9 hours a day, you know, the dog's cooped up all day long. So when he's cooped up all day long in the house for 8-9 hours out of the day, you come home, he's ready to go out, you're tired. So the best thing to do, instead of like going out to the park and you feel so overwhelmed and you can't handle the dog, put him on the mountain bike, ride him. Just take him and ride him around the blocks a couple of times. And not just a little jog, ride him, run him. You know, if he pulls left, just what I like to do is I take the leash and I'll wrap it around the middle of the handlebars and tie it right to the middle of my bars. So that way, if he pulls right for a dog, I can just go left with my handlebars and I can control him. And so he doesn't pull me into a car. If he goes left, I can go right, you know. If he's pulling me too hard, I can just ease up my brakes and I can make it a restraint harder for him to run. So that's a good way to work out your dog, you know. So you're not just out there just going 100 miles an hour down the street. You're going to use your handlebar brakes to control your dog. And that's going to run all that energy right out of your dog. Your dog should come in the house after that and be perfectly fine for the next couple hours, if not the rest of the day, because that's all they really want to do anyways. You know, dogs don't want to go around the block just one time. They don't want to just be walked up the street and home. You have to energize your dog, run him, depending on what kind of dog you have. So my dog's American Bully. He loves to pull the longboard because Bully and pit bulls, they love pulling, they love exercising, they love showing off for their owners. He loves pulling. So how I first trained him, when I first had him, I put my daughter on her mountain bike in the front. I had him as a puppy with the longboard, so that way he'd learn to pull and run right away. And then I trained him for the next week or so to follow the ride with her. She was the guide. He would go wherever she went, and then slowly at time, I would break her off and ride him by himself and slowly teach him what not to do. So not to run in the yard for dogs when we're on the longboard, because if you're on the longboard and you're flying, you're doing about 10, 15 miles an hour with the longboard, and he decides to just cut left into a yard, that's going to wipe you out. You're going to fall. So what I like to do is I train my dog. You know, I can train him and I can hold him as I'm riding my longboard. I can keep him so when he runs off into a yard, I can just hold him, and then I can use him as a brake for the longboard just to slow me down and stop. You know, I've been good at longboarding. A lot of people use rollerblades or mountain bike. Mountain bike's really good for the beginners. For you dads who are beginners and who don't know how to longboard and who's like just going crazy right now with the coronavirus being here and everybody being locked down and your dog just acting up, you know, this is the best time to spend time with your dog. This is the best time to have that one-on-one time with your dog. You know, you're only going to get windows throughout the day with him. You're not going to be able to train him for an hour straight. He's not going to do it. He's going to get bored after about 10 or 15 minutes until he gets used to knowing what you want him to do. So take the advantage of that 10 or 15 minutes. When your dog's up and he's going crazy and he's wagging his tail and he wants to get outside and he wants to go on that ride, you know, that's the best time to obedience train your dog, because that's when you're going to get all the attention out of your dog. That's what you want to do. But at the same time, excuse me, you have to be patient. If you don't show patience on the other side of this leash, then he is not going to show patience down there, because remember, we're not training the dog. We're training us to understand the dog. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Give me 1 second. Okay, I just had to check. So we're training the human to understand the dog. That's what we're here to do. A lot of people want to train the dog, and that you can train your dog. But what's good on training your dog if you don't even understand? If your dog don't understand you, or you don't even understand it, you know, you're just gonna give him a command like sit. Yo, sit. Just sit. See, you can give him a command. He understands me. But if he was to act up, you know, and he wants to go out and do stuff, how do I know what's bothering him? I don't know. I don't understand my dog. So therefore, I got to keep the patience. I got to hold patience on the other side of this leash, because as you can see, patience is the key. He is staying right where he's at. Come here, Zeus. He's staying. Come here. Sit. He stays right where he's at when he's told. This is consistency. Consistency is everything, like I told you earlier in my channel. Consistency is everything with your dog. If you look at the beginning of my videos, when I first started posting off the phone, this dog had no obedience. He was pulling me everywhere. He was all over the place. If you go back to my videos and then come back and watch how he progresses, this is consistency. This is me working with him on a daily basis when I get time to work with him. I'm going to put out a couple videos of me working with the Chihuahua, Mia. She's 9 years old. She's never had any obedience classes. So she doesn't understand even sit. She doesn't care for anything. She's been an in-house dog. So I'm going to work with her, and I'm going to see if we can get her to understand the obedience and to get me to understand her situation, because that's what it's all about, people. It's about understanding the dog. It's about being patient and understanding your dog. Like I said, and I can only stress this, and I don't know about 1,000 times, your dog is not going to understand English. You can't take your dog to school. You can't teach him English. He's not going to learn your ways. He's not going to say, hey, Dad, I'm hungry. Can you make me dinner? He's not going to do that. He's only going to do what a dog does. So you have to understand him. If you don't understand him, then that's why your dog is going crazy. And a lot of homeowners want to go out and buy dogs, and they get home and they're happy with their dog for the first week, the first month. They're doing all kinds of stuff with their dog. They love their dog. And then all of a sudden, they stop working with their dog. They get bored. And that's what a lot of homeowners do. They get overwhelmed. They get I would say, discouraged because they're not getting results from their dog, but their dog's not understanding and not answering to them because they are frustrated. Since the person is frustrated and his energy is negative energy and it shows that he's mad and he's getting nervous, that's why the dog's not listening to him, because the dog is also feeding off of the owner's energy. So I try to teach my kids, and I try to teach other kids that I work with that training their dogs at home that are just terrorizing. I try to get the human to understand, you have to be patient. You have to show patience. You have to calm yourself inside here. Come down to his level. Look how calm I am. Look how he's just chilling the whole time. He doesn't want to do anything. He is sniffing now, but he's calm. Usually he's boom, boom, he's running. But I did some longboard running with him earlier today. I uploaded that on the. I didn't do no video on it because I got a lot of videos already out of the longboard riding with him. But I noticed a lot of my videos were done by cell phone, and that's when I was starting off with my channel, and the content's kind of not too great. So I wanted to start some different channels, make some different videos of longboarding because I picked me up a very expensive camera now, and I'm able to do this stuff for you guys. You guys are able to understand and see a little bit better. I also cook for the dogs. Cooking is a big factor. It's not just blood and guts you throw in there. No, there's a lot of stuff you put inside your food. Some of my videos I do like the beef liver or the calf liver, and the reason why I do that is because in the wild that they eat the whole part of the animal. Now I don't like to just throw the whole calf liver and they're all bloody. Sometimes I'll cook it. Sometimes I'll slice it up and just leave it raw. But he's not getting a full diet of just straight blood. He's not getting calf liver. He's not getting raw hamburger and all this blood just in the one. So I kind of, if I'm going to do the calf liver, I'll do a small portion of some ground beef. I'll do maybe a pork chop, give him some pork. I'll do some vegetables, and I'll get him some dog food in there. You always got to have the dog food in there, and that's what I do. That's how I feed him. I also have cooking channels. He used to only be 50 pounds. He is now 80-pound dog, and this is all off of just raw feeding and cooking for him. I never used to believe in cooking for my dogs, but cooking for him made him a 3 times better dog. That's why I'm trying to explain. I can't stress as much to people on the way you treat your dog, he'll treat you back tenfold. So if you show your dog love and compassion, he'll treat you back with love, compassion, and everything else that you want. If you're showing your dog anger and you're mad at your dog and you're always showing aggression because you're pissed off or something because the dog does something you don't like, then the dog's going to act just like you. He's going to act ignorant, he's going to act stupid, and he's going to do dumb stuff. And I'm just being real with it. Because if you're acting dumb and you're being dumb with the dog, then he's going to act dumb back. I'm just putting it out there. So you treat your dog how you want to be treated. That's why we say they're our kids. They're a man's best friend. They keep us in company. If we're hurting, the dog will come up and try to get you up. He can feel that your spirit is down. He can feel that your energy is low. So the dog will come up to you and he'll try to pull you off the couch. He'll try to throw you a ball. He'll bring you tug of war. And if you're playing tug of war, and that's another thing, if you're playing tug of war with aggression, then you're not teaching your dog because you're just teaching him aggression. So you have to play tug of war for fun. Let the dog know this is fun time. This is not time to show aggression, but it's time to play. And that's where a lot of owners go wrong, is they'll play tug of war with their dog for aggression. Like, oh, look at my dog, look how hard he can pull, look how mean he can get. But then you want your dog to do something different, and your dog's not going to do it. because you just taught him aggression. So you're trying to double standard him. You teach him aggression, but then you're telling him no aggression. So you can't do that. So you have to kind of like be understandable about your dog. You know, you don't want to play tug of war with aggression. Try to play tug of war with just fun. Let the dog know this is time for fun. When it's time to train aggression, that's when you want your dog to know, okay, it's time to use it. But a dog should never use aggression towards anybody unless asked or if he was provoked. But at the same time, he should never show aggression, especially pit bulls, German shepherds, Rottweilers, them big breeds. They should never show aggression. If a dog's showing aggression, then you got a problem on your hand, because one day that dog's gonna bite somebody and you're gonna be with the lawsuit. So you want to work with your dog constantly. Just be patient, love him, he'll love you back. He's a man's best friend. That's why they say it for a reason. You know, and if you like my channel and you like what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to teach you, like I said, not to train your dog, but to train yourself to understand the dog. That's what this whole thing that we're trying to do, because there's a lot of videos out there that I see on YouTube of people trying to train people to train dogs. But there's not a lot of videos out there of people trying to train other people to understand dogs. There's only one person who does that, and that's Caesar Milan. He's the only one who trains people to understand dogs, you know. So I want to kind of expand it out, try to do the same thing, get people to understand it, because I've been blessed since I was a kid. I can get dogs to do whatever I want, no matter what kind of dog it is, and I can get them to do it like this. It doesn't matter whose dog it is. Your dog could be, I don't even know your dog, it could be super aggression. I can walk into your yard and break your dog like that, and if you can't get your dog to do stuff, I can walk in there and get him to do it, and you'll be looking at me like, whoa, what's going on? I've been trying to work with my dog for months and I couldn't get him to do that. That's the bond that I have with them, and that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm not just your average guy out here trying to just put up videos. I'm trying to get you to understand that I'm just your average Joe who is blessed with animals. And if you want to follow me or subscribe to my channel, or even hit the little bell on the bottom right hand corner, then we can do this together, and we can try to teach these dogs together. And you can kind of go off of what I know, because like I said, if you go into my other videos, you'll see how he acts. Now he's super calm. A lot of my videos, like I said, longboard, that's my favorite run. I longboard them. Or if they're super aggression, take them to a park. You also notice I do a lot of tree workout where I take a dog. I don't find a really strong branch. I'll find a branch that's really flimsy. I'll tie the dog to that branch. I'll get in front of the dog about 2 feet, and I'll get that dog just to play tug war with bouncing, like running back and forth with that branch. That branch is going to sway. When it sways, that's what's causing the dog to build power. Because as it brings the dog back, he has to lunge back with power. So it's building lunging power. That's what that whole tree workout's based on earlier in my videos. If you go watch it, hit the subscribe button, and I can teach you some home remedies to build muscle. Like I said, he just barely started Bully Max 3 days ago, and the Bully Max I got him on is for muscle only, because I was able to blow him up close to the weight I want him. Now I want to muscle him out as much as I can, just for the shows and for dog shows and stuff. It's time to go. Hush. Quiet. Sit. See how that works? See how he did that? I can get dogs to do that at any given time. See that? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So if you please do me a favor, go down in the bottom right hand corner, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button, and let's work all summer with these dogs together. And if you have any comments or any questions about how I was blessed, or how I came about of being blessed to work with these dogs, then I can will answer them, and I'll teach you. I'm the guy who's going to answer your questions every time. As soon as you reach out to me, I answer right back. You know, sit. That's what I like to do. That's what I love to do. And again, this is Shiloh. I'm the owner at Monster Kennel Club down here in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is my dog Zeus, and I will bring other dogs into the channel to show you how I work with them and teach them also, and get the dog to understand me. So that's what we're here for today. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode. Today's video was just a blog for you guys, get you to understand what my channel's about, because I haven't put that up yet to teach you what my channel's about. I do a lot of talking, as you can see. Talking is everything, because that's how you teach. So please hit the bell button, hit the subscription, and let's do this together. Love, peace, and harmony. Everybody, hope is having a great quarantine, and God bless you. All right, bye, YouTube.